Now, I want to open up this video by saying that a lot of the bad things that have happened currently in your life are literally not your fault. Now, I'm going to openly admit that I'm just going to poison the well here. Alright, so anytime gas prices go up, utilities go up, your car payment goes up, housing goes up, food prices go up, anything like that, that's always, that's never the fault of the people in charge of managing those things. But anytime that you make a mistake, like you don't make enough money, or you couldn't get the proper education, like anytime that you fuck up, that's your fault. Nobody blames the fucking Strait of Hormuz as to why you couldn't pay your rent last week. There is just like this inherent double standard for regular people and people who control everything. Just think about all the fucking companies that decided to raise their prices to pass on the price of the tariffs onto you. Like, someone else fucked up, so now you have to pay for that. You had nothing to do with like the rampant inflation, the tariffs, all that other bullshit, but you still have to pay for that. Every problem is always seen through the lens of the people who own everything. It's like anything that happens is just seen through the lens of the owner class. Like, how the fuck is it your fault that the money you make is literally being devalued as I'm making this video? Like, you can't go to the landlord and be like, hey, sorry, my paycheck was devalued this week. Looks like I'm gonna be paying you less than I normally do. But your landlord could definitely call you up and be like, hey, I heard that you make this amount of money, or this external circumstance is out of my control, and now I have to raise the price of your rent. Alright, so now that I've poisoned the well by establishing this double standard, I want to reiterate that it's not your fault. If you're watching this video, there's a pretty good chance that you are unemployed as fuck. But you're not unemployed because you want to be. You've probably sent your resume to like numerous different employers over like however long you've been unemployed for. And I don't need to tell you guys how I know this, because I'm pretty sure you guys already know. Like, you've done them and I've done them. The fake fucking interview where you meet with like the weird ass HR people, and then they tell you that they're gonna call you back in like a week, and then like a week goes by and you see that fucking email there. It's like, well, after upon further inspection, we've decided to go with other candidates instead. It's like, dude, give me a fucking break. You guys reposted that exact job listing like 3 days ago, and then come to find out that like there are no other candidates because nobody got that job. Like, that job is not real. It's a fucking ghost listing for a job, and God knows that the entire internet, like the job space of the internet, is completely flooded with those. Because all these employers just decided that they were going to use this method to like gather as much data as possible on everybody. And it's not like these jobs can't exist, you know. They just want to give this job to someone who can fucking manage the work of like 8 other people. Or some poor bastard who has to fight his way onto a train every morning in West Bengal. Or some piece of shit AI platform that is literally destroying the environment of wherever the fuck the data center is set up at. Alright, so now that I've established that the job market is complete bullshit, I want to reiterate that it's not your fault. After thoroughly establishing that none of this is your fault, I want you to know that you're actually paying for all of it anyway. Feel free to like absolve yourself of any kind of responsibility, because everything else in our culture, everything else in our economy does it too. In fact, our economy pretty much rewards a lack of accountability. Like, the less accountability you can take, the better. It's not your fault that you don't have healthcare, okay? It's not your fault that you don't have a home. It's not your fault that you don't have an education. It's not your fault that you don't have a car. It's not your fault that you don't have a fucking job. It's not your fault that you can't pay your rent. Because you who's listening to this video, you tried your best. Okay, you tried your best to like live by the rules that were established for being successful in this country. Turns out that the rules were constantly changing. And every time that you adapted to those rules, the rules changed again. In layman's terms, it's not your fault. You can only have so many excuses, just like you can only have so much accountability. And if you're wondering whose fault it is, you already know whose fault it is.